Running a business can be crazy enough without all the distractions, pitfalls, scammers, and hackers constantly coming at you. Lately, cybersecurity has become a major concern for businesses large and small. So how do you mitigate your risk as a small business owner? You prepare. You build up defenses and contingencies to use in the event of an attack. Let's focus on how you can use a simple 7-step cyber awareness self-assessment to protect your business against a cybersecurity breach. Hello, I'm Earl Gregorich with the South Carolina Small Business Development Centers. Thank you for taking time from your busy day to learn how to do a quick 7-step cybersecurity assessment on your business. Let's look at the first step. Step 1. Take a look at yourself and your employees. The root cause of almost every cyber attack is a person. You and your staff are the most vulnerable and probably the least prepared element of your cybersecurity plan. Ask yourself, how do I communicate the importance of cybersecurity and create a culture that promotes good cyber hygiene? Are you actively promoting educational programs to teach yourself or your team how to identify potential threats and react appropriately? What about regular testing and encouraging employees to learn from their errors? Step 1 makes sure you and your employees understand the importance of cybersecurity and that they are getting the support and training they need to effectively avoid becoming the victim of a cyber attack. Step 2. Check access control. Step 2 is all about limiting who has access to your data. Taking this step can not only prevent an attack, it can minimize the damage should a breach occur. Take note of what system access controls are in place. These controls include unique passphrases, login assignment procedures, and multiple authority levels. In other words, everyone in the company should not have access to all software and all data. You should also control who has remote access to your internal systems. This includes employees and vendors. New hire orientation and exit interview processes should also be in place to determine how and when an employee is given access or removed from your systems. Controlling who has access to your data and systems and knowing each user's activity while in your systems is very important when trying to detect abnormal behavior. That leads us to step 3, identification and authentication. Knowing someone is on the system is not enough. You must verify who a person is and where they are allowed to roam on your network. Ask yourself if every user has their own login credentials and if they are limited to only using the systems they need. Are there tracking mechanisms in place to determine where a user is within the system? Your identification and authentication methods should also meet current standards for the proper cyber hygiene. Multi-factor authentication, biometrics, or redundant logins, for example. I realize step 3 is a bit deep and may not be easily implemented within a small business with limited resources. However, there are methods and tools available to improve identification and authentication even for small operations. Contact your SBDC cybersecurity specialist for assistance. Step 4, media protection. Your data is constantly on the move. You need to protect it no matter what form it's in, where it is, or on what device it resides. Let's look at a few questions you should ask yourself regarding media protection. Have you taken steps to protect both digital and non-digital data? Paper is still data. Everyone should be mindful of what is left on desks and in unlocked filing cabinets. Are there procedures in place to track media devices? Thumb drives, external hard drives, tablets, company mobile phones, all of these things. A complete inventory of these devices should be maintained and audited regularly. Do you sanitize media before disposal? Storage devices, copiers, printers, and many other computing devices will contain data even if they have failed. Make sure you are wiping these devices or destroying them before discarding or recycling them. Well, that was fun. Taking a few minutes to secure devices, storage, and non-digital data is a no-cost way to keep your information safe. Physical protection. You may lock the doors when you leave, but what about securing access to your devices throughout the day? Here are a few things you should consider. Make sure your computer systems are locked up when unattended. Mainframes, networking devices, and laptops, for example. Visitors should be escorted through the facility and monitored during their stay. You should also maintain logs of who is accessing critical areas in your facility. Locking doors, monitoring foot traffic, and keeping records of visitors will deter many hacking opportunities and may also have the additional benefit of a safer workspace. Now for step 6, system and communication. The data you send and receive can be intercepted. You must be able to protect data moving about your network and screen data coming in from outside your network. Make sure you have firewalls in place to protect inbound and outbound traffic. Use encryption to protect data moving and being stored across your systems. Are you placing all your systems on one network that is connected to the internet? Consider separating critical systems from external access. Some of the items in step 6 may require special attention from an IT professional, but before you pick up the phone, take a look at step 7. It's a little techie also. Step 7, systems and information integrity. There are a lot of moving parts to a good cyber hygiene. Keeping a close eye on these parts will help you detect abnormal activity. However, detecting unusual activity is just the beginning. You also need a response plan for when things don't look right. Are there processes in place to continually monitor activity on your systems? Examples might include network activity monitoring, managed service providers, and malware or virus detection. Do you have procedures in place to not only detect but remove and report abnormalities? Is there a response plan in place with assigned tasks for your staff and external resources? Have you tested it? The last 2 steps to our self-assessment may require the assistance of cybersecurity professionals. The South Carolina SBDC has interviewed several companies across South Carolina that have the skills needed to help. Reach out to your local South Carolina Small Business Development Center for assistance in finding a local resource. Well, that's it. Those are the 7 areas you should cover when conducting a cyber awareness self-assessment. Take a look at yourself and your employees, check your access control, verify identification and authentication processes, review media protection procedures, double-check physical protection, check systems and communications, and monitor systems and information integrity. The South Carolina Small Business Development Center can help you with your cyber awareness self-assessment. We have downloadable tools and cybersecurity consultants available to help you get started and connect with local resources if necessary. Be sure to check out our other videos in this cybersecurity series, where we cover top cybersecurity tips, cybersecurity policies, and what to expect if you get hacked. You can get started by going to scsbdc.com and clicking on the button for a no-fee, completely confidential consultation, or go directly to the link on your screen. There are 20 offices with over 50 consultants serving all 46 counties in South Carolina. Our mission is to advance South Carolina's economic development by helping entrepreneurs grow successful businesses. Office locations and contact information can be found at scsbdc.com. Thank you for watching. Nobody can guarantee a cyber attack won't occur, but if you remain diligent and regularly do a cyber awareness self-assessment, you will be much better prepared to protect your marketplace reputation, business value, and long-term sustainability.